ask you to repeat what you just said. And I was like, no, he's recording. Don't worry about it.
Luckily, we didn't go over anything too crucial.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right.
Sorry, Lucas, just on saying that you're expecting New Zealand to strengthen. I was thinking that commodity currencies will deteriorate in strength for some period of time, and the announcement yesterday sort of sped up that deterioration. Is that wrong?
Oh no, I'm just talking about like short-term strength from here to here.
Right, yeah, right.
So just based on this short-term strength, if there's any other pairs that could say that we're at a trap, we're with the trend, and then we're going up, that kind of thing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Eric, are you seeing anything for today?
Yeah, I think Swiss franc group. I'm actually looking at British pound, Swiss franc. I'm actually looking at three of them: British pound, Aussie, and New Zealand. Basically versus Swiss franc. But I think the British pound one is kind of like closer to the area that is interesting. Okay. So if we're looking at this, yeah, it's huge range, right? So it's that one is from 4 hour. Mm-hmm. So we have some reaction here. So that was last night. Really good volume. Over there, guy who started it, not really a lot comparing to that. Mm-hmm. So now we have all of this little trap. Now the price is pulling back to that area. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe monitoring this, and we may have a chance to get in from there, and then at least to take it to that area to see how the price doing, and then we have some potential a little bit further, at least to that area.
Okay, where do you see the trap here?
We don't really have a trap yet, but we just have the volume here. So to create a trap, we need to take out him.
Yeah.
So at the moment, I'm just looking at, because the reason why I'm looking at this pair is that now it's close to market open. I'm expecting maybe if there's volume coming, higher volume coming over here, then there may be a chance to take out him, and then we can ride it. Or if it gives us pullback, some sort of pullback, then there's another chance to get in there as well. Yeah. For New Zealand, Australia, it looks like it's going to take them some time to pull back to the area that is interesting.
Yep. So what you're thinking of is doing this, trying to do this breakout sell.
Yeah.
Right. So no trap has technically formed yet.
No.
So this is where this is a little bit more advanced, and you have to use more technical analysis with correlation to trade this. So for example, you want to look at other Swiss, or let's say it's coming from other Swiss. So let's say you look at New Zealand Swiss, and as New Zealand Swiss is pulling back to a release zone, and this pair is still around this area here with a big rejection, that's when you want to sell it.
Okay, all right. Oh yeah, I know what I mean. At the moment, that range has not been taken out yet, because now the price is still within that lower side of the range. So there's no breach yet. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have to wait until it close solid here, then pull back. Then that may be a more sort of safe kind of trade.
Yep.
Over there.
Yeah, that will be a little bit safer.
Yeah.
So,
see.
yep, I'm looking at this also.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah. The unfortunate thing is that the other Swiss pair, they're not in the release zone yet. That's going to take some time.
Yeah. So if you want to do stuff like that, here's the logic behind it. Let's say you have a strong push up as a primary. All right, this guy, let's say he's still alive.
Yeah.
Let's say you're right here when market is open. And then just from these few swings, you're looking at a potential B-type trap forming. If this is your 60, then you can potentially look for sells top of the range on the 5. Again, using the same logic as guy taken out, that kind of situation.
Yeah.
Sells like that. Then that would be your B-type trade.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's just like a head and shoulder kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yep. I have this mark too. I have my alarm in as well.
Yeah, I do have another pair, but I'll wait for the other classmates to say theirs first. I was actually also looking at a Canadian Japanese yen, I think.
Sure, we'll circle back to you later. Who else is on? Ian, you're on team A, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Where in this pair, where do you put the alarm?
Here below the guy who started.
Okay, to see the break of the range of the trap above, of the range above. Yeah.
I'm guessing if it goes below this range, it will touch that zone anyway. So just pulling it further away.
Yeah, that's true.
So you expect here a touch and a pullback here and something like this, right?
Yep.
Okay. My pair for today is Euro Swiss franc.
Okay.
Swiss franc.
Euro Swiss.
Okay, I think I have the same setup as GBP Swiss franc. What I see here, I see a range above here on the 4 hour, and we are in the zone of turning. We can see here the guy who started it almost taken. Okay, we can see here a break or not. It's a little bit.
Yeah. So
I don't know. Here it's a little bit tricky.
yeah. So whenever you have feelings like that in the future, assume it's not a break. If it's
Okay,
a break,
so I expected it here, something like this.
yeah. If it's a break, you have to be.
Sure.
If it's a break, yeah, you there's so it's stuff like this. This one you have no doubt it's a break kind of situation, right? Okay. All right. So okay, moving on. Yep, Ian. So you continue with your analysis for this one.
Yeah. So I said this could be a break here. And I expect a small pullback and go down, monitoring on the 5 minutes this pullback here. But it seems it comes with power, but not too much volume. This candle here. Yeah. Also, I have this volume behind.
Yep.
Which makes me that this would be a good sell.
Yep. But yeah, I think like pound Swiss, I think the same story applies. You want to clear a clear breach down first. before.
And the last guy should be this one, you say, or this one, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
close.
initially we would say it's here, but then it just keeps spiking the area as though he's still alive. So we might as well just wait for this entire zone to break then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this could be for New York,
Mhm.
not for now.
Yeah. All right. So a couple of Swiss pair, pound Swiss, euro Swiss, they are at where the guy who started is, and they're starting to push up. So those situation, as compared to New Zealand Swiss, would be a little bit better because instead of waiting for a break and pull back, might as well just jump onto Kiwi Swiss where it's just pulling back for the sell.
Yeah, okay. This one, I was afraid of too many landmines ahead. Here. Oh, okay, this is good, but there are two or three support and resistance taken in this case. So it seems to be strong.
Yeah.
So turning from this SNR or from this would be possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't understand what you mean by strong landmine and then it's strong.
What I want to say is that this down move is strong because it took some SNRs.
Yep.
Or landmines, as we call.
Yep. Yeah.
So we expect a pullback to here or here.
Yeah. So we obviously want the release area, which should be the.
This is the best. Okay.
Yep.
If it does not go to this one and go something like this, from let's say.
Then the only way is to chase it with cheese trading mentality.
Because we expect the primary to be until here and then rejection and go down or not.
There's no more primary here because this whole thing on a higher time frame, without going to the 240, is your big primary. And then this on the higher time frame might just be your big secondary. So this is
and this is the one mode, the release mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. All right. Williams, you're looking at anything?
No, not really. Just US group and New Zealand group for possible pullback or continuation.
Okay. Ross, you're in Team A, right? Oh, Team B. Okay. Have I went over what everyone? Yep, I think so. Now, Eric, let's circle back to you. What's the other EN pair that you were looking at?
Sorry, I was on mute. I'm looking at Canadian Japanese yen.
Okay.
Yeah, this one is a little bit different. So I'm looking at, it looks like the price at the moment, ideally I would like to have a like the struggle pull back to that area to sell. But there's also a possibility this thing is going to go. So in that case, I probably need to wait for the pullback to that. So it's kind of like we have the scenario, we have a strong support in here, and then the price come to that area, it holds, and then when it break, so there's still another chance to sell. I'm thinking.
Yeah. So this one more or less have the same kind of scenario as the other Swiss pair. So obviously buyers tried. Not sure if it's a kill yet. So maybe could be like that. Or if
Yeah.
assuming that you already have a kill, pullback can be
Yeah.
tried. The only thing that I am worried about for this one is the fact that on the higher time frame, we're actually in a huge uptrend. Remember this one where I was talking about this setup higher time frame?
Yeah.
So if this is like the primary and this is the secondary, this is sort of like their on phase kind of thing.
Mm.
Yeah, and then looking at USD yen going up so strong, I'm not too sure if we want to sell this, especially with the fact that, on the 60-minute, if we are selling it with the safest kind of scenario, we're selling it down there. So
Yeah, this one is a little bit confusing for me as well. If we go up to higher time frame, when I was looking at it, it's kind of like I can look at this in two ways. Because I think on daily, I think that's the confusing part. So here, we can look at this as a downtrend, but I'm not quite sure. Then we have this as well. I was not quite sure about this part because when I was looking at it, I think I was looking at like from the downtrend, and this can be, I don't know, this can be the buyer come in, and then that trend is refreshing to go down. I don't know. It's like, it's this two-sided market.
Yeah, like that. This is trying to refresh to go down, right?
Yeah.
So if remember, refresh can only exist if we are in a downtrend. So if this is such a big refresh kind of thing, then this one has to be like from a monthly, weekly downtrend.
Actually,
Yeah. So in that case, if you're worried about this being a refresh, so refresh for the sell has to mean it has to come from a higher time frame or a much more extended what's it called, downtrend. So
okay.
So it rules out the downtrend part, this refresh, but it doesn't negate the fact that sales are still strong. It's just that we are right here where it could
That's right. Thank you.
So it's not all the time where you need to check the higher time frame. Sometimes you can get away without checking the higher time frame by trading a little bit more safely, I would say. So let's say for this one, ideally this would be the safest trade, right? But then this sell is sort of like one leg, two leg, three leg, the fourth leg, fifth leg kind of thing. So that might put you off taking the sell.
It's too late. Because I was thinking, ideally I would like to sell from there, better price. There, if we look at this two extreme, that one is towards to the low end, which is not ideal.
So the situation would be different if, let's say, here buys tried, this tail doesn't exist, all right? Buys tried, and then clearly kill everything, and then the pullback from there. Then that would be fine. It's just this tail here sort of say that buyers could still be around here.
That's true. Okay.
All right. So I have this marked also. So Yeah, you picked it up, so you're on the right track here. Okay. All right, Team B, are you guys looking at anything? No?
I'm looking
Things.
at New Zealand USD.
Yep.
I want to ask you about this. I took a trip here
Mhm.
earlier.
Mhm.
I don't know where should I put my take profit because I don't see anything in the left.
Yeah. So this cell here would be more or less like the one Maya is talking about. So it's more of a cheese trade where you're following the downtrend. You have news breaking out of range and then continuing the sell move. So in cases like that, I don't trade cheese too much, but let's see if there's a target where you can use. So first thing is just mark out some SNRs. That's what I would do, right? So in this case, there's an SNR here. But in terms of cheese trading, you just want to get out as things start to slow down. So right now, markets are open, right? Markets are open, and you just want to keep an eye on the pair. If it stops making lower low,
Okay.
and then as it comes back up, then it just means that the trend has shifted. So you're constantly betting on the downtrend, continuing its push down. So as soon as it turns around, then the downtrend ends, and then a pullback might come in. That's generally how cheese trading works.
Right. I got it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think Laila, you were saying something just now.
No, I just said that I was watching the same things, seeing that the Swiss is strengthened. The euro it has made some big moves. I think it comes from the daily. What
Okay.
happens to the euro, and then both pound yen and pound Swiss going down. So not really something that I was interested in, the pound Swiss really, but we talked about it, so nothing else.
Okay.
CAD Swiss and CAD yen. The CAD is going down for now, so nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
CAD Swiss. All right. You want to give it a go for CAD Swiss?
The down move has a lot of volume on the bottom, which is not good. Then I saw that it came to an area that could be interesting for the release, and it made its primary and secondary. And then I see all this high volume on the top.
Yep.
There, yeah. So this is where I wasn't sure what to do, how much. I'm seeing that this is going on. I'm going to annotate. This is the last guy. He tried, and this is where it went down a little bit. So just gauge this one, see what it does to take it down to here.
Okay. I think here's a better way to talk about how when a break actually happens. So let's say you're looking to sell, right? if you're looking to sell, you're constantly looking up to see where your release is, where people are trapped at, SNR to sell. So in this case, to know if this guy is killed or not, here's what you can do. If you look up from this part here, no one has really been trapped yet. There's not much of a range or not much of, range or that kind of thing. It's all just this kind of situation going down. So it's better off waiting for this, or wait for market to open and then get on the slight pullback to, cheese it down here. But in terms of trap and release, right now, there's no one trapped yet because he's still alive.
Trying.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it went under it, but not really.
Yeah. So you look up and there's no trap, right? It's only if this candle is right here and you look up, then here, you see everyone's trapped there. Then that's your sell.
So this is not that it's going down. This is nothing.
Yeah, it may not be anything. It may be, the type B that we just talked about, where it can just stall here, and then as it breaks the low, you go onto the 5, get on any small pullback to follow the trend down, and then if the trend dies, then you wait for the on move.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so it's like pound Swiss just now. All right, but this one do have more risk because of the high volume at the bottom, and let's just see if the high volume is trying to tell us anything. This was the one Casey was talking about yesterday. Yep.
Yeah, but see this big rejection. It's like from here.
Yep.
So this maybe come to here something or then. Okay, if you see it from the 4-hour, you see that it can go up a bit and range because of that move.
Because you can only see, we always want to try and counter our own analysis. So if I say this is a huge up move and this is a huge pullback, this can easily be one move up, sort of like primary, and then this sort of like secondary, creating a trap, to buy also.
Yeah, I normally do that, but I'm seeing that this down move is so strong. So I guess you could decide here if it's up or down for now.
Yep, you have to see how it resolves here.
Yeah. Because I think that this volume, this belongs to this red. Yeah. So this could be that and it is coming from a good area for the seller to try its primary, and then this could decide if this is the on move for the buyer or the secondary for the seller, I guess.
Yes, yep, that's correct. You're saying this could be the primary, and then this could be the secondary, or could be the on move for the on move for the buyers from here. You're saying that? Yep. Yes. Yep, that's really good. So stuff like this generally happens when we're not too certain of the trend. See, because we're not really trending, then it gets tough. Then it's during those times where the only thing you can really rely on is how good you're reading the volume, the traps, and the space you have. So the margin of error has to be like extremely, extremely small.
And not take it too far either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because anytime this might just be their P and they come back down, towards a release zone for their S to launch. And then we're selling right here.
Yeah.
So
Just gauge it all the time, see what's happening on the way, if it's weakening or which one is like, always look to the left if
Yeah.
the move is stronger or weaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the market is like this right now. It's almost two-sided, a lot of it.
yeah, some are, some are, some not really. Like New Zealand Swiss is one-sided, so that's okay.
Mm.
It's just stuff like this, right? This is the part where patience really pay. So range, right now, as I'm drawing this, it's really easy to say, oh yeah, there's nothing to do here, nothing to do here, nothing to do here. But all of this is like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, right? 5 days. Okay, probably not 5 days. It's only like 3 days. As it resolves up here, this can be extremely tempting, if we're sitting through a few days not trading.
Yeah.
All right, because we know there's going to be a release here. But my point is, sometimes patients pay because although this is a release, but if we're in a downtrend, waiting on the other side generally pays more. So yeah, some days, if you are very, very conservative and you're waiting for the best type of setup, then yeah, you have to wait a little bit more for this and not trying this. It can fail very quickly.
And that's where it's important to really consider the flow to be safe always.
Yeah, this is on here.
Yeah. Not to forget about that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's take 5 and then we put this on the correlation charts then. All right.
Lucas.
Hey.
I have a question on Pan Yen.
Yep.
So, usually I'm comfortable reading the chart on the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was this yesterday on this area. So where I was on the 15, can you go down to 15, please? So I saw this trend, slowing down. So the high volume probably at the top. So so this is the last guy that started. So when I think I was watching it right from this side. So when I saw it that it breaks down, took out this guy. Then so I was waiting for the release probably around here. So what I bought on the 60, I couldn't see any break. But this guy, when it rolls over, I was trying to take it, but when I went out to 60, I couldn't find the release point on the 60. That's why I just waited. So I'm not sure if we have to consider these or just this like the primary. Then it pulled back for the secondary, and this is the actual break of this one.
Okay.
So I'm a little bit confused on those parts.
Okay. So this is your primary. And for a secondary, if you're looking at the 60, you wouldn't be able to see any traps on the 60. You wouldn't be able to see any kind of levels on the 60. So generally on secondary, we have to go down one time frame, 15, or 5. So in this case, it's fine. If you're on a 15, then this would be your release, where this is your primary and then this is your secondary. Now, you would know that this is your secondary because when primary went down, it stopped, right? It stopped at areas where previously sellers were trapped before.
Okay.
Yeah. So that will automatically answer your question of is this my primary or is this still part of my primary, etc., etc.
Okay.
Yeah. So here it's this kind of thing. It's, remember when Naveen was talking about primary, secondary, sell sort of like a slowdown. Let's say if you sold there, and then if it goes down and starts stalling, that break of that, that's your continuation sell.
Okay.
Yeah. Then it goes down and then it starts doing, if it pulls back, then that will be your on move.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that answer your question? For the,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. So yeah, you wouldn't really be able to see your secondary on, you wouldn't be able to find a trap to take the secondary on the 60-minute time frame.
I guess he's going for a second. Hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Yep. Ion.
I have a question, Lucas. If we consider volume on 240 or daily, let's say on CAD Swiss franc, 240. Okay. Can we interpret this volume here?
Yeah, you can.
As a turn.
Yeah.
Also on daily and other higher time frames.
So stuff like this on higher time frame, you're just looking at where volume is higher than usual. So let's say you're right around here. You wouldn't be able to say too much about the volume because it's just the usual volume. It's only stuff like this may catch your attention a bit, or stuff like this a little bit, or stuff like this a little bit.
So it's higher than normal volume, let's say.
Yeah, just like on the 60, we're also looking for higher than normal volume.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, no problem. All right. Let's put our charts up. New Zealand Swiss. The other one that looks similar was Aussie Swiss. No one looked at Aussie Swiss?
Yeah, I did. That's why I was debating which one to take because it all looks similar.
So this one wasn't your favorite. Was it because this volume was still there?
It was more of the higher time frame, but also because we still had this level ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I was actually I can't remember why. I was actually favoring Australia dollar over New Zealand dollar. Can't remember why. I think it's more or less I think Australia dollar is more kind of like a clearer, kind of taking out that guy, and now we have a trap and we're close to that trap kind of thing.
Yeah, yesterday you were talking about this one on the daily. It broken out of this range.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Because of the higher time frame is on already. I think. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking. Hold on, we talked about looking for this pattern yesterday, and no one was talking about it today.
Yeah.
So yeah, the New Zealand Swiss does look a little bit better, just based on. Just like Jay said, this guy here a little bit, and this guy may have a little bit of volume. Not sure if it's really transferred or not. But yeah, both of them have their pros and cons. One has higher time frame supporting Aussie Swiss, New Zealand Swiss in a very strong downtrend. So they're both good. Okay, any other Swiss pairs that's pulling back? Pulling back. No, right? Swiss.
Euro New Zealand and Euro Aussie has a very similar story to those ones.
Okay. Yep. Yep. So yeah, Euro New Zealand. Sorry, Euro Aussie was something I was thinking about as well. Because this also could be an on move trade. Where it's refresh of this uptrend, right? Doing, I don't know, maybe this is primary, this is secondary, or this is the secondary, but we're right here. Whatever the case is, all these guys are trapped, right? All we need is to pull back to buy, something like that. So yeah, this one looks decent also. Okay, let's mark out our SNRs area. So New Zealand Swiss, let's just mark it out like that here. Aussie Swiss, right around here. Let's open this up. Euro Kiwi on the flip side. There's an area here, otherwise it can pull back deeper. So let's just put it there for now. I'm not too sure if they are really correlating. Okay, so that's fine. What I'll do is just make another one. Aussie Swiss, Swiss, Pound Swiss. And let's go with Cat Swiss. Okay, so same two pairs on top. Maybe let's just remove them so we don't get too confused. All right, so Pound Swiss, we're just waiting for, just checking to see if things could turn around at the top. Same goes for Canadian Swiss franc. Right, that's how we mark the correlation pairs. Pretty straightforward. Okay, now let's, Aussie Swiss and New Zealand Swiss are the preferred pair. Let's have a look at their 5-minute pullback. Let's go down to the 5. Open this up. Now our release zone is this area here. Okay. What does the volume tell you guys right now about this one?
Not looking too good.
Yeah, not looking
On increase.
too good. So we still have some ways to go. If it continues to get higher or slows down a bit and then get even higher here, then that's going to be fine. Right now, it's a little bit too soon to consider anything. Still have some space to go. Okay, the only thing we do have is all this high volume behind us. Wow, but that's on the 60. We gotta at least make sure on the 5 also we have high volume behind us. right? Let's look at Aussie Swiss. Aussie Swiss, however, is pretty close to, well, it could be around here. Anywhere that zone. Same kind of situation. As we're coming up, volume is steadily increasing. So unless it gets even higher there, then it's okay. Otherwise, it's a bit too risky. Let's see. Or we get a volume transfer and that kind of thing. All right. So we have this and this. Okay. Euro Aussie is on the opposite side of things. And I'm not sure if they're correlating. They could be. But our whole goal here is make sure on the Aussie Swiss and New Zealand Swiss, it gets up to the release area. And on Euro Aussie or Euro Kiwi, that is steadily turning around as well, turning around the downtrend to resume for New Zealand weakness or Aussie weakness. Okay, we are having higher volume coming towards this downtrend towards the bottom so far.
For Euro, Aussie and New Zealand, could it be that the Euro is moving those pairs? But because I'm seeing that the Euro is stronger than Aussie CAD and New Zealand CAD also.
Yeah.
Could be this pair against these three.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. That's why we have Pound Swiss and CAD Swiss as well. So on Pound Swiss and CAD Swiss, we don't really have an area above us to see where price can turn. So it's a little bit difficult. The only thing we can try and do is just look out on the 5 and see where things turn around, that kind of situation. Yeah, so far market has opened and then they're just continuing the push towards the upside. Okay. All right. No questions, right? Should be pretty straightforward. Let's just have a look through the pairs. No pullback on some of them. Pound yen. Let's have this one here. Okay, I have an alarm there. Pound Swiss. Nothing here. Yep, so this is the stuff where we were saying sort of like a refresh, all right? Try to make new lows, refresh again. This refresh didn't went to make higher highs, right? It's still within this guy, this price. So it came down, successfully made it to lower lows, and then another refresh inside the same kind of vicinity. So these are areas where we're not sure what exactly to do because we're just pretty much ranging now. EuroCAD, this one is two-sided. Okay, if we go to the 240, we're overall in a downtrend. We have a huge refresh coming in. Logically speaking, we're just thinking of the sells, right? I think Casey have some of the Euro pairs yesterday marked for the sell. This was one of the one that I was looking at. However, as we are pulling back, we have super high volume. So not sure if the refresh is really succeeding or not based on this volume here. They could easily turn around. So
Can we look at the daily also?
sure.
Okay, that's down. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's down, but not really because is it?
That, yeah. And making a big move up there, like primary.
Yeah. Yeah. So all of that kind of stuff, usually the volume will tell us to, stand aside. So in fact, I'm actually waiting for this right now, because although it's not typically a setup we're looking for, we're generally just following this primary, secondary to go down, then the on phase to go down. But just based on the fact that, higher time frame thinking it's a sell, everyone starts to think it's a sell. Now everyone wants to sell now. All these are sellers. If they all just get trapped, this is gonna try and, make higher highs, just based on that kind of logic. Yeah. And we have volume supporting if, we do resolve up. So it's counter trend and, not really something we talk about with the refresh primary, secondary on situation. But I think we talked about this, right? Where on the USD yen, this could be a primary and then higher time frame could be a secondary, that kind of thing. Yeah, we did talk about it. So it's the same kind of situation. Okay. Aussie USD still inching lower. Aussie yen, Aussie CAD. All right, I guess that's pretty much all we have. The best one is still New Zealand Swiss and Aussie Swiss. Yeah, do you guys have any question or any post analysis to look at while we wait for the trade to set up? Trades from yesterday, perhaps.
Yeah, I took a trade on that euro pound. I took a sell on it. I wanted to ask you about more or less exits, because I didn't exit and it broke even after watching it and messing with it all day.
Okay.
Let me open it up on my end so I can remember.
Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my level. I was taking it potentially. It could get down to is what I was thinking, but I was just going for these lows. I got in on somewhere around here, I believe, on the 5 minute.
All right. Yep.
Yeah, I remember you even posted with this large push up. That kind of, at that point when it pushed up, I was thinking, okay, this isn't going to go. But then it rejected pretty strongly back to the guy who started with volume.
Yep.
Yeah. And so that point, I was just kind of just watching it closely, and it came back up, went back up, and then as it came back down, I got in, I think, on this guy right around here. I was thinking it could possibly come up, but I went ahead and put an entry in here with stops, I believe, kind of just above this guy. So that was one thing. My targets I wanted to talk about. So the way this thing just drug, it was kind of just, I guess even Naveen calls that a lot of times a struggle, right? It's just red and green, just a pretty struggle all the way down.
Mhm.
I was targeting the lows. So because there was no volume in this,
Mhm.
I wasn't too concerned about this. So I was targeting, the low lows. Should we, that was one question is, should we be targeting these top lows or bottoms, or should we kind of, average it out and just hang out in the middle somewhere? Is there any hard and fast rule to that?
So yes, it's not something everyone uses. I know Naveen doesn't really use that. So again, it's just how I use it personally. What I'll do is stuff like this. Okay, let's just say this is the entry and then this is the target, right? Let's say without any management, you're right here. Okay, this candle right here. So this is just what I do personally. I'll just move this all the way down,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's 0.17R, 0.17R, right?
Mm.
So the next question is, if I remove this, would you sell here with a target here and your stops up there?
No way.
No, right? So the logic I'm trying to say here is, if I sold there and price is already all the way down here, I'm risking 0.16R
Mm-hmm.
to potentially make 2.12R, which I could just get out with 1.7R.
Yeah.
So the hard and fast rule there is how much you want to say that, okay, above 0.2R is enough. If it closes, more than 0.2R, let's say like that, below 0.2R, then I just want to get out, even though it's close to target and not really quite there yet. Because if I'm not in a position, I wouldn't take this sell anyway. Like I'm risking 0.15R, to potentially where I could give back 1.64.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I gave it all back.
Yeah. So no problem. It's just learning phase, right?
Yeah, definitely. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about. One thing I did was I was kind of looking at was as it was coming down, I was kind of watching these, like I saw this almost like as a potential last guy who started this push.
Yeah.
This one came up. So I was like, okay, if he does, I was just kind of watching him. He's just hanging around.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of hopes here, and then it just, so my plan was if it got above this guy to just exit.
Yep.
But then I just kept saying, maybe it'll go down. Maybe it'll go down. Kind of had that logic, backwards logic thinking. And then it took me out or break even.
Yeah. At least you didn't take a loss on this trade.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, I understand how it can be very hard to just get out here, even though you're still in profit. It just takes a lot of practice to make sure it's a habit to do that.
Yeah. One thing, another, if this is the logic behind, I noticed this move up was pretty strong, and then this move down was just chop, 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 chop. Right? Should that the strength of it going down, should that have concerned me also? Would that have been a flag?
Not really.
Okay.
I wouldn't say so, because the other thing you have is you have a lot of volume behind you, and your next trap, is still few pips away, at least 10 pips, right? Well, 5 pips, but you still have some distance to cover. You have volume behind you.
Okay.
So it's not that much of a big deal. You would expect price to react here, which it
Mhm.
didn't, didn't react, which makes things a lot much better. But yeah, I think the only way to make this trade a little bit better is you get out there, or as it comes down, closes like that, or closes here, just get out there.
Okay. Awesome.
So no really hard and fast rule, but generally I'll have my target right here on my broker, and I'll just watch where the candle closes. So obviously here I'm not going to do anything, right? But as it comes down lower, I'm risking too much to make.
Mhm.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You're risking. You could potentially risk, 1.5 R
Yeah.
for just trying to get that extra 0.1 R.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That makes good sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's a good trade. I think I saw some of your analysis from before, and you got out way earlier, right? Around areas like this from before. Now instead you held through a little bit longer. So you just gotta find the balance there.
Yeah. That big candle. So even, once you see some big candle like this, even if you don't have as much profit, but it's just best to just take, all right, let's just get out, because the odds of it coming back down probably aren't that great unless you got some crazy news release coming out.
Yeah.
Just thinking logic. Okay. All right, man.
Yeah. So in this case, this is the last guy. He got killed. You got in here, which is fine. Sometimes I'll just get in as this thing pulls back like that. But my stops, obviously it's gonna be there. So here, this is sort of like your primary on this time frame, and then secondary from there kind of situation. And then,
that's kind of how. Yeah.
Lower time frame, this is your on kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Anyway, it's a good trade. It's just management there, where you have to build up the recognition on where to get out here or there, get out earlier.
Yeah, one thing I think, and I've done it in the past, and I didn't do it on this one, was I left my profit running, so I was watching it. Instead of, usually I clear that off, so I don't even pay attention to price. I just pay attention to the movements. And this one I didn't, so maybe that even had a factor in it.
Okay.
I was watching the dollars.
Yeah. That sometimes messes things up. But just kind of find the balance there.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, man.
No problem. Laila. Question?
No, it was about all the wicks. I'm thinking why wait so long when you see so many wicks at your almost target area?
Because sometimes you see stuff where there are a lot of times where price does stuff like this. Let's say you have an area here, goes up, and then it will start to chop here, and then resolve down really quickly. So it's stuff like that where you don't want to get out way too early there.
Even though the move is so struggling.
Unless there's like huge volume coming in here.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's okay. Until this little downtrend is surviving, then it's fine. Especially here. So it's stuff like this where slows down, chop around, and then it will just slide through that kind of situation.
So you would wait until the last guy gets killed, then you get worried.
Yeah, then I'll get worried and
Like that, yeah.
yeah, then I'll get out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the plan. Just didn't stick to it.
I
Hey,
don't wanna
Lucas,
die.
yeah. Go back. One thing, what I was just noticing, you said the candle closed. You're talking about the hourly. Yeah, if I look back at my hourly, it was it was that candle would have closed. So that's kind of, yeah, if that candle closes and we're that close, hey, just go ahead and get out. Don't try to. Is that kind of what you're talking about? Because on the 5 minute.
I'm actually using the 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So the only time where I will be a little bit more anal and go for the absolute low is when the trade is like in an on phase situation. So let's take this one for example. Let's say if there's no more traps below and clearly this has to go down, then yeah, I'm gonna try and hold through towards areas like that.
Okay. Because yeah, if not, this guy could potentially be trying to push this up even from down here before it gets to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Ian?
I have a question regarding on Euro GBP 5. When you said we have to close after the guy who started it, the last guy who started it is taken. So let's say this is the guy who started it. You should close here. But what if this proves to be just a spike and goes down?
Yeah, then that stuff happens also. It's just better to be safe than sorry sometimes. Because sometimes you get close up there and then the next bar just comes right back in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's during this point where at least, your stops is at break even. Because the trade is at the moment, having high risk. It's higher risk here because this is sort of saying from this point, higher time frame release zone has sort of done its job reaching recent low. The trade sort of have worked out and then turn like that. So then that's when you want to ask, do you still want to be in the trade, expecting this thing to continue pushing down? So trade management is tricky. There's no hard and fast rule. Just want to stick with what is the safest plan for now. Then as you get more experience, you can play around with different styles.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I have a question on the 60.
Euro pound?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm being too conservative and missing out on good trades with this mentality, but I would notice the trap as well. But the part that worries me is seeing all the legs down. So I kind of expect the struggle that came and the no lower lows. So I don't know if I should still take that trade or because it is a good trap to work with.
Which trade? This trade here?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm being too conservative with looking at the legs.
In this case, not really, because not only you have this, you also have this whole structure going for you. So it's sort of like this B-type trap with this area here on your left.
All right.
Yeah. But let me see, how can I put it? Okay, so let's say this isn't here. You go up. Okay, a trap has formed. Got a kill, a release. Goes down again, starts to range like that, and then you sell it like that. Then that would be tricky. That would be staying on the conservative side would make more sense, because here you're just using a small range to sell, and then then you would say, okay, it's a few legs down and I'm still using this little range here for a release. But in this case, you have this main guy that can help you. That sort of says that it's still fresh, kind of thing.
All right. Yeah, I just felt like I was messing up on so many setups just thinking like that. So
No. I've seen some of your posts. They're all good, so just stick with them. Sometimes you don't get a trade for a few days, and that's fine. As long as the good trades you are on, then it should pay off.
yeah, the last trade I took was last Friday, the Euro USD, and I had the mentality I have now, with the legs and the overextendedness. So I've been scared of it lately.
Yeah. Well, this one here, I remember this one, but it's not really apple to apple for this one. You see how it's different, right? This cell here.
Yeah, this one.
It's not so much about legs for the euro pound pair. This one is more so the question of, is it really a lower low, that kind of thing. And the volume, I remember, wasn't that good around there, and it was a good trade here. That the one above wasn't that good.
Oh yeah, my bad. I took
this one here, right?
Aggressive one.
Yeah. So this one here was still okay. Just the one above wasn't that good.
Yeah, because I was seeing this as like a refresh continuation, so we still had like a lot of legs, and then it was just slowing down.
Yeah.
So I think in that case, the aggressive entry, at first I was okay with it, but I think not having a powerful level, I should have just waited for more confirmation.
Yeah. So in the first, after the Unicorn program, my advice for everyone is try and take both more riskier trades, more conservative trades. Try to get at least 30 trades, still based on the same logic we use. After getting like 30 or 50 trades, then look at what works well for you. And then from there, you start being a little bit more picky and more choosy on what you want your setup to look like. Because at least you have some data to work off. Yeah. And if you're only waiting for stuff like this, right? It's fine as well. You may not get trades every day for sure, but when you do get them, at least your win rate is pretty high. Okay. All right. Nothing yet. Still fairly strong. Hopefully it doesn't reverses the entire news event. Okay. Any other pairs from yesterday? No. All right. Ian, go ahead.
Yeah, Lucas, you said that we should take 20, 30 trades to see which one match you to us, and you recommend the on phase.
Just because the on phase is the quote unquote the easiest and safest one.
Yeah. Okay. So as we learned, we can take the secondary, trade the on phase, and then other on phase, or go with the trend. The size we enter into the trade depends on the setup. Let's say if we enter into secondary, put a small risk, small money. But when in release mode, put more or not.
Yeah, generally you, for me, I use the same size for all my trades. But just based on the logic of the price session of primary, secondary, and refreshes, obviously you can put a little bit more on phase just because it's on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the good setup is okay on phase and range break, something like this.
Yeah, the on phase. Yep. Range break. Yeah, range break. It depends, right? Depends what we're trying to do. So, yeah, again, it depends on what kind of range you're talking about. Sometimes you have stuff like this. If this is a range, that range breaks down. This is also an on phase.
Yeah, it also depends on the volume.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, I guess we have to wait a few more hours, at least one more hour, to properly see what will happen.
Let me go back to the last one.
Yeah.
So these are pretty much what we'll be looking for. We got our flow, we got our discount, then we could get our entry and our exit.
Yep.
So we just have to follow, what the detailed views of, our probably discount and our entry with volume and everything.
Yeah, you still have to use volume, guy who started, all that stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. Just for a quick one here. Now, is this refresh for the 60-minute? Is this a 60-minute refresh?
No, it's a 4 hour.
It's 4 hour. So okay, let's start from left to right. Let's do a little bit practice here. This is the guy who started. Let's say he got killed here. When he got killed, this is 60-minute temporary, the primary, right? And then the secondary from here.
So we have a violation here because the secondary is not
violation there. And then that just means 60 minutes is not refreshing. It's not 60 minutes, that's refreshing. So one time frame higher. One time frame higher, what we are able to see is it's more or less the same thing where this push from the bottom, not much slowdown, all right, starting to range, invite buyers coming in again, all right, and then from there, your primary sets up from there. And on this time frame, the 240, I guess this might be a primary from a 240, and then no higher highs, secondary like that. That could be one way of looking at it. Right, but in any case, all you know is on the 60, there's a release zone here. We're in a downtrend, we have volume behind. whatever it is, we are still looking for a sell.
Okay, in this case, okay, we are confident it's a good sell. We should look also on correlation on both groups to see if we have, if they prove it's a sell or I'm afraid of a trap. Let's say, okay, we have here a good setup for sell.
Yep.
Yeah, but the correlation may say something.
Yep.
And okay.
Yep, that's why we have the pairs laid out like that. So far, it's not looking good at all, based on the strength.
Yeah, on the 5 minute on New Zealand Swiss, looks like the guy who started the push for that kind of volume cluster is on the 5. It looks like we would have to make it through there at this point to even think about trying to get in on a sell.
Yeah, so in stuff like this, we just gotta wait for this piece like that. Then
To make
a new guy.
Yeah, because right now it's way the heck down here.
Yep.
Okay. And there's volume in this area too that we need to look out for.
Yeah.
Even if it does do this, that's still a concern right there, huh?
Yep. Only if it's only not a concern if this is, exponentially higher.
Gotcha. Yeah. New York, something, but even that's far away. New York's pretty far away at this point. Maybe some news. I didn't even check the news this morning.
So the only thing we have is just looking at the 60. It's this down push sort of ends here, and then as it's pulling back, the volume is increasing. Although it's strong, but at least the volume is increasing as it's coming into the this kind of zone here. Yeah, that's the only upside I see. So this might just come all the way there. Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess there's not much for us to do now. Tomorrow, try and look for, try and bring up a pair that was a losing trade from this month, if you guys have any, and then we'll talk about them tomorrow before we end the session. All right. Yep. Stay on top on Aussie Swiss and Kiwi Swiss. I think they're pretty interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No problem.
Will do, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
guys.
Bye.
No problem.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.